I'm living my best life. Yeah, yeah. I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's, you know. I said, I'm living my best.
Welcome back, Sheros. And for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Areayl, and welcome to Areayl Journey, and where we talk about real life situations and ish. Today, I am talking about once again depression, and out to those who do have it, and just don't let it ruin your holidays, because this is the time of year where it's joyful. You're around family and friends, and it's pretty outside with the snow. I don't like driving in the snow, but it's nice, so it's a joyful time of the year. Stressful time of the year as well. So, and it could be a trigger, stress can be a trigger for depression. So don't let your struggle days be as bad as it needs to be. Pretty much that's why I'm making this video, to give you tips and suggestions on how you can win the majority of your struggle days, regardless if you're on medication or not. If you have not seen any of my videos as far as being admitted into the psych hospital and why I stopped taking my antidepressants, please check those out. I will leave those links in the description below. As well, if you think this video will help someone or help you, please give me a like. Also share it. So back to the video. Once again, I'm just sharing tips and suggestions that I have used over the years that has helped me to win when I'm having an off day, because we all have off days, and to be honest, anybody could use these because everybody has bad days. You just don't want it to keep going on continuously. So, like I said, even though it's that time of the year where family gets together, with friends get together, it's a holiday family season time. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, it's all back to back. And I'm a big family person. I love to hang out with my family and my friends. But at the same time, it can be overwhelming, like really overwhelming, the days leading up to the holidays when I know we're having big family get-togethers, because it's not the fact like, I don't want to hang with my family or anything. It's just that the stress that comes with the holidays, for me, for anybody who has depression or whatnot, because every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle. So you have your up days and you have your low days and you have your okay days like anybody else. But for someone who has depression, it could be 10, 20 times more harder for who has, when we have our low days. And sometimes even our good days or okay days can be a little bit of a struggle. So yeah, it can get really emotional. And so a lot of things could come into play that can aggravate your symptoms. So some of the things that I do to try to combat that and win the majority of my struggle days is I like to listen to a lot of inspirational, motivational, speeches. I like, what's his name? It's something Brown. I cannot think of his name, but it's something Les Brown. I like to listen to Les Brown. I like to listen to Tony Robbins. I used to listen to TD Jakes and stuff, but I'm steering more away from the religious ones, my personal preference. But a lot of Les Browns, Tony Robbins, people who do the motivational speaking. I listen to that a lot. You could listen to that on YouTube, or you could download it on Audible or buy a CD or whatnot. Another thing that I do is I try to eat healthy as much as possible, because if you looked at my last video where I stopped taking antidepressants, I went over some food that I eat and the health benefits, mental and emotional health benefits it has, because a lot of people do not think about that. Like when they eat healthy, they're just thinking about how it'll physically help their body as far as appearance and strength and endurance. But it also helps with you mentally as well and emotionally. Increasing that serotonin so that way you can fight. When you have stressful days, it's not as stressful. Think about people who are health gurus or whatnot. They always seem bubbly. And I don't really think it's an act. They always seem like they have a lot of energy. And I never knew this before I started doing my research, but it's because they're eating healthy as well as exercising. All of this just plays into each other. Exercise, I'm not big on exercising. I'm trying to get into it, but exercising is definitely something that can help bring your energy up so you can have a positive day. Another thing that I do is I play with my kids, because kids make you laugh. Can't help but to laugh when you're playing with kids. They make me happy, so I play with my kids. What else? I listen to a lot of music. I love whatever I have on my YouTube. I have my little folder where I have it's called like Wake Me Up Praise Music, Wake Me Up, or the ultimate Get Right Music. Sorry, my phone, I forgot to put it on mute. So that but I listen to a lot of music, because I'll go from Mary to Cardi B in a second and stuff. I do not blink an eye, and I enjoy myself and relax. And by the time I'm done singing my favorite songs or whatever song that I want to hear at the time, I'm in a happier place. So that's something else that I do. Oh, another thing that you could try is affirmations. I say my affirmations every morning and at night. I listen to, and I also started to meditate, but I don't do that stuff where they chanting, oh my, no. I don't do none of that, because I don't know what they're saying. And you can actually summon spirits saying stuff you don't know what you're saying. So I personally wouldn't suggest it unless you know what you're saying. But other than that, it's more so of the spoken meditations where they'll say, what are some examples? And I do it every day, so now I can't think of any. But where they'll say, relax your shoulders, breathe in, say, I am having a good day. I accept any and all positivity. It comes to me as easy as breathing. Stuff like that. That's the meditation stuff that I listen to, and that's how I meditate. As well as prayer, because prayer is a form of meditation as well, because you don't realize when you're praying, it's like those who really get into prayer, you end up relaxing, you go deep in thought, you end up clearing your mind. So that's another thing that you can try. Also, I dance. I had dance off with my kids all the time. Everybody dance with me except for my oldest. She think I'm just the biggest cornball as possible, and she always talking about some, oh my God, Mom. I'm like, I can keep up with you. I'm not that old now. I could do the Millie Wop and all of that too, and keep up with all of y'all, because y'all dances are easy to do compared to back in the day when I was a kid, where you really had to move. So those are my tips and suggestions. Also, I will always tell people is to utilize all of your resources. And I'm big on advocating that, because a lot of people are not aware of all of their resources that they have, and that's on any situation. Always do your research, always educate yourself, and always utilize your resources. Ways you could utilize your resources is seek counseling if you have not yet. Okay, so just to let you know, since I stopped taking my medication, I have looked into alternative options. As I always say, when it comes to mental health, it's always a learning, process. I'm always learning new stuff because at the end of the day, I'm always changing, So, and that's with anybody, with anything. We always progress and we become better selves of ourselves. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But you want to always improve yourself. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So, since I do not take medication, it was a struggle for a long time because I would have my ups and downs, especially around this time of year because I live in Ohio and it's winter right now. And well, it's not even winter, it's fall. But I know that from pretty much September all the way up until March, when it's about to be spring, is when I struggle the most with my emotions because it's dark early. It's very cold. Well, very cold for me. And I don't like being cold. I don't like the sun going away early because, the sun sends down those UV rays and gives you your vitamin D. And it's kind of like a natural, motivational, I can't really describe it, but I do know the sun does bring your mood up. Like, who isn't happy when they go outside and they see the sun shining and you're just not in a better mood than when you were just in the house and it was a little darker. Everybody gets a little bit happier when they're out and about in nature and have the sun shining down on them. So anyway, since I stopped, now I've been learning what can I do to cope, I guess you could say, to cope. So that way, on my really, really low days or struggle days, it won't be as low or as much of a struggle. So before I changed my eating habits, recently, I should say, I've changed my eating habits, and I've also I've been doing counseling for a while because I love counseling because it gives me a chance to release and to talk to someone who doesn't judge and is understanding, at least while we're together. And they give me tips and suggestions as far as things that can help, and it's just very comforting, I should say. Counseling is very comforting. And like I said, and then eating healthy, I'm not saying I'll eat the best, but the healthiest person or anything, I still like my burgers and french fries and stuff, but just making sure I eat more healthier than I used to has made a big difference. And also, I started taking CBD. If you do not know what CBD is, it is a hemp extract, which means it is part of the cannabis family, but CBD doesn't give you that high or that psychosis feel that weed, you normally associate weed with, with the high feeling. It's, the CBD gives you everything that, regular THC cannabis would give you, but without the high. It helps you relax. It helps you get a better night's sleep. It helps with anxiety. It helps with depression. It helps with general and chronic pain. They are using it in cancer medication to help fight cancer. Now people are popping up who have cancer, and they are taking this medication that includes cannabis in it, and now they don't have cancer anymore, or pretty much they don't have cancer. There's a lot of people that, if you look that up, they are saying they do not have cancer anymore from taking medication that includes hemp extracts, or cannabis, I should say. Shouldn't say extracts, but cannabis in it. So anyway, next time, Sheros, remember to tell yourself, I am irrefutable, BKA, I am impossible to deny. Peace.
I said, I'm living my best life. I said, I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's with my best friends. Turned all my L's into lessons.